What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday to everybody. Hopefully you guys have some good weekend plans lined up. I know it's going to get super busy with the holiday seasons, of course, so hopefully you guys aren't too stressed about that and just get a chance to soak it all in and enjoy. But let's jump into Raid and let's see what we can enjoy about Raid today. So first of all, there is a free pack in the shop right now. It's called the Yuletide starter gift. So you get 40 points of these Titan points, snow points or whatever, and they're going to go towards a Titan event. So we'll be talking about the Titan event in this video and whether or not it's actually worth completing it. We'll take a look at old Titan events and see how it compares and all that stuff. I assume that this is going to be the first of several packs, so don't worry too much about this being the only pack that we're going to get for the holidays. 40 points, I mean, it's not really that much. Like when you think about it, doing the arena event, for example, is 30 points. So this is basically just giving you like a small event reward. But yeah, let's claim it. Keep in mind that it's only for 24 hours. So make sure you guys pick it up as soon as you guys watch this video, just so you guys don't forget. So we're going to hop back on my main account here. I did collect it early, so that's why I had to hop to my alt account to collect it. And we have this Yuletide Titan event. So what is the deal with this event? So the grand prize here is actually Sir Nicolas. Sir Nicolas is a void legendary. In the beginning, I didn't think, I was like, is this Sir Nicolas? I was like, oh, okay. So they actually had Tormund last year, if you guys remember, Tormund's Titan event. So Sir Nicolas is a really old champion. And back in the day, he was regarded as the hardest hitting HP based nuker. This is at least what I heard from, a lot of people back in the day. I wasn't sure about that, but or have any way to rebuttal it. But I remember when Magnar came into the scene. Magnar is an epic demon spawn champion. He became like the hardest HP based champion. And nowadays, like they've been power crept so far. The good thing about Sir Nicolas that has aged well in his kit is actually his unkillable buff. It's still a 4-turn unkillable buff. It's still fine. You can still use it in clan boss teams, for example. He does bring an A1 freeze, which is a pretty good chance, 50% chance, and then he brings a big shield with an AoE on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, there's nothing particularly bad about his kit, to be honest. It's a little bit simple. It's a little bit average nowadays. Like you get a 3-turn hit with the shield, and the shield's proportionate to his damage. It's like, oh, whoop-de-doo. It doesn't really, excite people. And an A1 freeze doesn't really excite people, right? It has an added benefit of being irresistible, so you don't need to build accuracy on Sir Nicolas, so his A1 can be useful. I think people give him a bit of a hard time because, his kit is crept up quite a bit and he is a void legendary, but honestly, I think he's a good champion for most people in the game. Of course, if you're already, in the end game, this guy's kit not going to do anything for you really. He is in the Sacred Order, which I mean, has some good champions. Yeah, it has some good champions, but doesn't really super stand out as a really strong faction, I guess. So it really depends on your own roster. If you have him in your Sacred Orders, faction wars, for example, or siege or anything like that, he might be actually useful for you. I think if there was ever like a siege, Sacred Order specific kind of team that you can make, he could be very strong with the unkillable, could be very annoying. If there was ever like a Sacred Order like dungeon event, he could be useful there as well. So I do think he's still a fine champion. Is he worth going for this event? Honestly, this is basically an extra fusion, so you guys have to think about it that way. There is 2,000 points required to pick him up. There's 2,500 points available in this entire event. You can head on over to the news section here in game, and they do have the Yuletide festival details listed here. So it's going to go from the 6th until the 26th. So the 26th is a Thursday, and that's about almost 4 weeks from now. So it's going to be a month of this. And I assume on the 26th or shortly after the 26th, the fusion will start, the Christmas fusion, or maybe the Christmas fusion will start maybe slightly earlier because, you obviously want to hit Christmas and not start after Christmas, but who knows? It's close enough to Christmas that maybe they'll start it on the 26th. But yeah, there probably will be some overlap, I think. And then we have to be aware that there might be a fusion event that also includes Yuletide points. I remember Plarium used to do that in the past. So they've interconnected some of the resources in the final events. So don't be too surprised when you see Yuletide points hooked up with the fusion resources as well that you need to pick up. So just something to be aware of. If they're going to do that, they're probably going to do it in this summon rush, or actually it would be a summon rush around here on the 20th, 21st, 22nd. It might have both Yuletide and fusion points. Just a heads up. But that's my own speculation. So they're saying that, yes, the upcoming fusion is going to be Lady Noelle. What did they say? Beloved partner. Okay, it doesn't say wife or anything like that. But yeah, Lady Noelle. We don't know anything about her. So form a duel that can chill your enemies to the bone. So, you know, Sir Nic has an A1 irresistible freeze. Maybe Noelle has an AoE freeze. That would be kind of cool, I guess. Freeze is one of the, like, not super strong CCs. It's better than sleep, but it's not that much better, I think. Basically, when you attack frozen enemies, they take less damage. So that's something that some of you guys might not know. Plarium did say that they are giving us 500 free snow points. So to be honest, if they're giving us 500 free snow points and they're allowing 2,500 points here, and we need a total of 2,000, that means on top of the free stuff, we only need 1,500 total snow points. It seems relatively reasonable for a Void Legendary, even if you don't think he's that great. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, right? We'll see. But that's basically what we're working with. 2,000 points out of 2,500. They're giving us 500 for free. That says daily. So maybe we have to log in daily to collect the free, free snow point pack. They've done that in the past. So let's take a quick look at the event and see how it compares to past events. So I saved a bunch of past Titan events here. So we got 3 quick looks here at some old Titan events. We got the Rathalos Titan event. We got the UDK Titan event. And then we have the Zinigir Titan event. But the thing is, all these are for souls. So they might be a little bit different than this. I don't have the Torment Titan event up available. Let's have a look here at what we're working with. So Ancient Shard here up to at 200 points. At 200 points for the Ancient Shard, it seems cheaper than the other ones. So the Ancient Shard here is at 280 for the Zinigir, 280 for Rathalos, and 280 for the UDK. So 200 for the Ancient Shard seems like a good deal. 500 for the Void Shard here. Do we have a Void Shard in these events? Let's have a quick peek here. Let's see, quick peek here. We got 840 here for Zinigir. We have 840 for Rathalos, 960 for the UDK one. These are older Titan events, but man, that is a big reduction in points for this Void Shard. I mean, it's looking pretty good, guys. It's 500 here for a Void Shard. I think is a pretty good deal compared to those past Titan events. So what do we got here? 900 points for the Primal Shard. So if you guys recall what we were just talking about for the Void Shards and the old Titan events, the Primal Shard basically lands roughly where the old Void Shard lands in terms of points. I hate this 500k silver here. It's absolutely useless. Hate that. Honestly, these 5 charms are absolutely useless. Premium Plarium points, absolutely useless as well. Okay, milestone 4, 1400 for a Sacred Shard. I'm already feeling that this is really cheap already. Let's head back to the sheet here and see if there's actually even a Sacred Shard up for grab from these past Titan events. I don't think there is. Let's have a quick look here. Yep, there's not even a Sacred Shard available in all of these 3 Titan events. So 1400 here for a Sacred Shard. Looks pretty good. And then Sir Nic here with Mythical Book, Legendary Book. Frame. This final bracket looks pretty weak. Actually, no, you got the Mythical Book here. Honestly, this event looks incredibly generous. I would say, I would hazard to say generous by Plarium standards, to be honest. Like, you get a You get a Void Shard here, very low, threshold 500, 900 for the Primal Shard, Sacred Shard here, and then you got the Mythical Tome as well. Like, the only thing missing from this is like the big rock. I think this is very generous, actually, to be honest. Keep in mind that usually Titan events are 1,500 total points, so this is a Void Legendary you're getting at 2,000 points. So I think overall, like, the total accumulation of resources here is actually pretty strong, but you will be spending, you know, more overall to get Sir Nicolas than a regular 5-star soul or a regular Titan event, for example. But he's a Void Legendary, right? For interest's sake, I did look up the old Torment event, and then we can have a quick look here in comparison. When we look at the old Torment event, this is exactly about a year ago. It doesn't look as impressive when you overlay it on the current Sir Nicolas event. So basically you have the 200 for the Ancient Shard here. You got the 500 for the Void Shard. So it's the same. And then you have 900 for a Primal Shard, which is also the same. And then a Sacred Shard at 1400, which is the same. Also have the Medium Stone here right before the Sacred Shard, which is the same. And then you have the Void Legendary right after the Mythical Skill Tome, which is the same. Honestly, it looks almost like a direct copy paste. So here, so day 1, so milestone 1, we have silver, multi-battles, gems. So right now we have multi-battles, chicken, no gems. The gems are pushed back, but then we get more of it. So yeah, I mean, I'd rather not have 50k silver as the first milestone, so that's good. But instead, they increased the silver to 100k. I guess they moved the chicken. The chicken went from 80 to 40. That's pretty good. And then they lowered some things, but then they raised the silver. I don't know. They raised the silver. That's kind of weird. Anyways, let's see what the second milestone looks like. Second milestone looks like the Soulstone at 290, which is yes, that's correct. Silver coins. 290. Yeah, I mean 290. They got 200 energy here. Void Shard at 500. Yeah. Any notable omissions? I'm looking for notable omissions here. 500 energy. 500 energy is still there. So it looks like most of the stuff is still here. It's just kind of rearranged, but the quantities have been rearranged slightly. But the big ticket items are the medium Soulstone. All the big ticket items are in the same spot. So the Void Shard, the Primal Shard, Sacred Shard are in the same spot. Even the Immortal Soulstone is in the same spot. Mythical Skill Tome is in the same spot. This is, you know, pretty much a good thing. It doesn't show that they've increased the prices or removed things from this reward from the previous year, which is, you know, technically a good thing. Anywho, so yeah, we're looking at 2,000 points. We got a summon rush going on right now, and of course they mixed in the fusion pieces as well with the snow points. I would highly recommend getting this big stack of 200 snow points for basically one Sacred Shard. If you're going for the fusion, pulling one Sacred Shard for 200 snow points is massively worth it, to be honest. It also gives you a little bit of buffer room just in case you need some wiggle room later on. It is the holiday season, so you never know what's going to happen. So having a little bit of wiggle room with 200 points definitely helps. So it's just one Sacred Shard if you guys can swing that. Otherwise, it is involved in these fragment pieces, which is a bit of a pain if you basically budgeted to not go for this 10. If you budgeted to not go for the 10 in the summon rush, then it's a bit of a pain because you're going to be skipping out on the 200. So yeah, it's that is a bit of a pain. And you know, of course, Plarium's done this in the past where they incorporated both fusion and Titan together. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't affect you guys too badly. But I would definitely recommend getting the 200 there. It seems like a really, really good deal. Fusion's just finishing up here, and then we have probably the, you know, Lady Noelle fusion probably shortly after or in between this Titan event happening. We don't know her kit at all. Little teaser saying that she's gonna freeze stuff with her partner. I don't know. We will see. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Just my quick take on this Sir Nic Yuletide event. I think it's a pretty decent event. You get some pretty decent goodies along the way. He is a 2,000 point Void legendary. He's not going to be as good or useful as Tormund, for example. I love that event. That event was massive. Tormund's actually a really, really strong champion. Sir Nic is still a decent champion. I don't think anybody that says he's bad is viewing him in a, you know, justified light. He's a good champion. He's just not exciting anymore, and he doesn't really fit, you know, being a Void legendary nowadays. But you know, he's not coming out of the Void Shard, guys. If you guys got the time, got the resources, I would definitely pick him up. At the very least, he can help you guys in faction wars or faction specific events. So anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys are planning to do for this. Are you guys really excited for Sir Nic? Are you guys excited for the fusion Lady Noelle? Personally, I'm kind of lukewarm about it unless her kit is awesome, but Christmas fusions have been hit or miss, to be honest. I'm not going to put too much stock onto it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear it. And have a great Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next video.